The string of sunny days will be coming to an end. Tomorrow will be the final sunny day before our weather heads downhill. A rather complex and stormy weather pattern will be shaping up around here. In fact, after tomorrow, I don't think we see the sunshine until Thursday of next week. Might see a little fading sun early on Sunday, but overall by Sunday evening, we'll see some light snow moving in. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for clicking on to my Weather Extra. We have clear skies out there tonight, a few more clouds up in the mountains. We're going to see a cold front move through. Colder air will be invading by tomorrow. In fact, you'll feel it tomorrow. Today we were in the 40s for highs. Tomorrow we struggled to get out of the lower 30s. Notice what's happening to our west. There is a storm system getting organized. Our next storm is in its infant stages as it moves up into portions of Oklahoma, Nebraska, and Missouri. Let's track this as it moves across the country. It moves up into the Great Lakes by late weekend into early next week. This is that primary area of low pressure I was telling you about yesterday. Notice there's that second area of low pressure. It is fairly weak, but it should be developing along a front around 8 o'clock on Sunday evening. So yes, we have some light snow developing during this period. I think the football game down at Gillette will be mainly rain. They might start off as a little bit of snow in the afternoon, but by game time, it's probably mainly rain down in the Foxborough area. All right, let's talk about what's happening here. You have this area of low pressure transferring some energy to this guy that's situated offshore. This one's going to scoot out and be replaced by yet a stronger storm that will be developing down in the Tennessee River Valley at that time frame. And that second storm moves in for Tuesday. Based on its track, I think it will bring some rain around Tuesday-ish. Tuesday time frame anyway. On Monday, we're tracking primarily snow, though. Let's take a look at some of the forecast models here. We'll look at this together for the first time in a long time. I think the GFS and the European model actually agree on something. Let's take a look at the GFS model. This is Sunday morning, 7 o'clock. Notice that area of low pressure I just outlined for you is back in the Great Lakes. This is the GFS model. That's the European model. Looks pretty similar, doesn't it? Again, GFS, European. Now let's go out to Monday morning. This is 7 o'clock Monday morning. Three features I want to point out. You got the old low that's sitting over the Great Lakes. You have a second low that's forming south of Cape Cod. That's the one we just looked at with the weather graphics there. And you have a third low that's developing over the Tennessee River Valley. That second one south of Cape Cod will be shooting out, and the one over Tennessee and Kentucky, that's going to be the main player. And based on its projected track from tonight's forecast, it looks like it will be wrapping in some warm air. So we should see a transition over to at least a little bit of rainfall on Tuesday. Again, this is 7 o'clock in the morning on Monday. That's the GFS model. That is the European model. Notice how similar it looks. Again, GFS, European. Now let's head out until Tuesday now. This is Tuesday morning. You got that third storm system moving up over New York at this point. Might be a second low just over Long Island Sound. And the European actually has that second low formed a little bit better south of Cape Cod. But they do look very similar, don't they? As we go through time, again, GFS, that's the European, GFS, European. GFS takes us right into Tuesday night now. Based on this track, we would see a change over some rain with a stiff east wind coming in off the ocean. We'll have to see where that low is. If it's out in the Gulf of Maine and we can hold on to a northeast wind, well, yeah, we'll hold on to the colder air a little bit longer, hence we'll hold on to the snow a little bit longer. That's the European model. Regardless, notice how they pull out on Wednesday. Colder air gets wrapped in on the backside. This is 1 o'clock in the afternoon Wednesday. That's the European model. That's the GFS model. Notice how similar they are. They're still very similar. This must be the first time in a long time that we've had this situation take place where these two models agree here, but we'll go with it anyway. So the storm pulls out on Wednesday as colder air comes in. We should see one last changeover to some snow. Notice there's yet another storm system developing on its heels. That next one moves in on Friday. That's the European model. That's the GFS model. So probably some more rain and snow moving in late next week. Let's head back to the weather graphics for a moment here. I want to show you how this plays out with... I have to move the screen over, don't I? With Storm Tracker. This is based off of the microcast model that we run in-house here. Initialized off of the NAM, this morning's NAM run. So, 7 o'clock Saturday morning. Okay, we have sunshine returning. Again, one last sunny day. Tomorrow's going to be a beautiful day. We'll have sunshine from beginning to end. As we go through the afternoon, I expect high temps to make it back into the 30s. 30s will do it for highs on your Saturday. So, lower 30s for most towns. This 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It will be a little bit breezy with a stiff northerly wind. A day filled with unlimited sun, though. You might see a little fading sun on Sunday, but the day as a whole should be mainly cloudy. Again, a little bit of sun in the morning. This is 7 o'clock Sunday morning. Here comes some snow overspreading our skies during the late afternoon and more so towards the evening hours Sunday. This is 6 o'clock in the evening on Sunday. Notice as we go through the overnight into early Monday, this model is still trying to project a changeover to some rain along coastal York County and coastal Cumberland County. There's an awful lot of cold air that warm air will have to overcome. We'll have to watch the wind direction, but as long as we keep a northeast wind, I think we'll be in pretty good shape keeping the cold air around. So regardless, we'll watch where that rain snow line is. And we may see a changeover at the immediate coastline, but inland, check out how cold those temperatures are. The snow will continue to pile up there. This is 7 o'clock in the morning on Monday. Throughout the afternoon on Monday, we'll see periods of light snow. Notice that rain snow line sort of situated just offshore, and the model's still trying to project temperatures slightly above the freezing mark here at the immediate coastline. This is one computer model's projection of how much snow we're going to see. It's still too early to pinpoint the exact amount or throw out some real numbers at you here. This is recorded around 8 o'clock, of course, on Friday evening. So the coastline, this runs through 7 o'clock Monday morning. The coastline, a few inches of snow here, maybe even as much as 3 to 6 inches of snow. You head inland, there might be a few spots up in the hills and mountains, 3 to 6, 4 to 8, somewhere in there. Steve will have some numbers for you, some more defined numbers for you as we go into the day tomorrow. I want to show you the European model. One more European model snowfall forecast. I showed you that wild one yesterday, right? Well, let's take a look at tonight's here. As we go through Monday now. This is Monday afternoon. Notice a pretty good contour there of about 3 inches for many inland towns. Even here at the coastline in Portland, probably around 3 inches of snow. That next storm that gets wound up, that brings some rain for the coastline on Tuesday. Well, the European is still cranking the snow inland, basically some of the hills and mountains. This could be a Sugarloaf special if this is right. Use this with a grain of salt, though. This is still pretty far out. This takes us through Tuesday night now. Notice some areas near a foot as you head back to the hillier terrain and the mountains, western mountains of Maine. So we'll watch it for you. That's the way things look tonight. Steve will be in with an update tomorrow, and of course I'll have another update tonight on News 13 at 11. I hope everyone has a nice night and a nice weekend.